So new updates coming with Apex Legends Revelry. Dig deeper into new game updates coming in Apex Legends Revelry, including remastered legends, classes, team deathmatch, and more. Revelry, a season for all to celebrate. For Apex 4th anniversary season, we've got a bunch of exciting shakeups in store. We're building on the intense Apex Legends Battle Royale experience that you love and providing a place for those looking for something different. So whether you've been with us for a while, coming back, or joining us for the first time, Apex Legends Revelry has something for everyone. Got an interesting photo going on here. Remastered legend classes, Assault, Skirmisher, Recon, Controller, Support, and we get a new weapon, Nemesis. Remastered legends classes. Rather than adding a new legend this season, we're revamping the legend classes, bringing a new element to the legends you know. The legend class system divides our legends into 5 classes. Each class reflects a core playstyle that encourages similar patterns of engagement on the battlefield. They also wanted to give every class its own strategic gameplay ability. Each of our current and future legends now have a meaningful role benefiting the team they're on. Choose your legend. In Revelry, legends have been reorganized on the legends screen according to their class. You'll be able to see their associated class perk on top of that legend's unique abilities. This reorganization will help players identify legends that play or support the team in a similar manner and help them understand the new roles easier. The legend select screen has also been improved alongside this change. So now when you select a character, you're gonna be able to see what class they are in, and a little bit more information on what you're getting yourself into. I like the new change. Changes are good. Class perks. Every legend class also now has an associated gameplay perk that grants the legends of that class access to new strategic options in the game. At casual levels of play, these new gameplay benefits will be fun new bonuses to engage with and empower decision making. At higher levels of play, a squad makeup now determines what gameplay elements the team will have access to and what they're leaving behind. And then you have Assault, Skirmisher, Recon, Controller, Support. Legend class breakdown. Assault, combat, utility, and initiation. Assault legends are mobile armories, armed to the teeth and ready for battle. Their core pattern revolve around using their abilities to force opponents to make combat decisions that play to their advantage, opening them up for an assault. Assault legends are always prepared for a fight, able to gear up quickly from the hidden compartments of weapon supply bins, and stock more ammunition than other legends, which gives them extra space for other items, often grenades. Legends. Bangalore, Ash, Fuse, Mad Maggie, and Revenant. Access to secret compartments of weapon supply bins. Contains 4 smart loot attachments for you or your team's current loadout. 1 loot slot is reserved for optics. Chances for a magazine and hop-ups are lower than for other gear. If the secret compartment is opened while no one on your team has a weapon will drop with 2 attachments for it. Min tier for all attachments is rare. Carry more ammo per ammo stack. Light, heavy, and energy ammo can stack 1 extra. Shotgun and sniper ammo has a reduced extra stack. Dude, there's gonna be a lot of learning to do when the game launches. How it's just gonna play out. It sounds like they did so many changes, which is so cool. Let me read Skirmisher. Skirmisher, combat, mobility, and escape. Skirmishers can move in or get out of tight situations more quickly than other legends. They're often the first into a fight or are the ones creating rotation options for their team. With this perk, skirmishers can gain early insight into the contents of a care package to ascertain its worth and make a play for it quickly if desired. So Legends, Wraith, Valkyrie, Octane Horizon, Mirage, and Pathfinder. Perk can spot incoming care packages to see the highest value contents in them. Care packages are revealed by looking at them for a few seconds. They can be spotted in the air as they fall or are at their landing location if within range. You can also see when the item has been taken by another team, turns gray. You can ping map icons or in-world icons for a team. Getting line of sight on a falling package or rotating quickly into range of the landing area will help them snag the info early. Additionally, they can see when/what high value weaponry has been snagged by others. Recon, enemy intel and tracking. Recon legends are all about scouting and gathering enemy intel about their enemies to give their team the tactical advantage. These modified survey beacons lean into their enemy scouting role, revealing a snapshot of all enemy positions similar to Crypto's prior town takeover. With this intel, Recon players can plot rotations for their team, either to avoid heavy enemy presence or to move into ambush an isolated squad. There is risk to this knowledge, however, as enemies nearby will be alerted to the beacon's use and will know they have been tracked. Others far outside of the larger range are still revealed but will receive no update. Legends Bloodhound, Crypto, Seer, Vantage. You can use modified survey beacons. Reveal all enemy positions on the map/minimap for 30 seconds. Enemies in pulse range are alerted to beacon use. Controller, area, setup, and control. Controller legends place elements on the field to trap or fortify their position. They want enemies to fight them on their turf and excel at holding strong positions in the ring. Shifting circle knowledge to these ring consoles allows the legends who care most about setup to be responsible for knowing where they want to bunker down next. Unlike survey beacons, which are often located higher up, these new consoles can be found on more grounded areas and plazas and courtyards across the map. Legends Caustic, Watson, Rampart, and Catalyst. Use ring consoles to find the next ring location. Support team survival and supply. Support legends have a more team-oriented focus. They look for opportunities to protect, recover, or resupply their allies in the new class system. Support role has been expanded and allows these legends to stalk their team and keep them alive. It's visible locations on the map. Blue bins will provide key rotation options when in need of meds or survival items. Additionally, support legends can now recover ally banners from crafting stations even if the banners have expired, giving you options to get the team back into the game. Legends, Lifeline, Loba, Gibraltar, Newcastle, perk, craft ally banners even if expired. Current cost equals 30 crafting material. Banners can be recovered from the crafter once crafting is complete. Crafted banner will contain all recoverable teammates. Access secret compartments on blue bins. Compartment has increased chance for large health kits, shield batteries, and medkits. Compartments has unique survival item logic, increased percentage of heat shields when outside the ring, increased percentage of mobile respawn beacon if carrying a teammate banner. This logic has an internal limit, cannot be repeated, will not trigger if already carrying the item. Team deathmatch, so this is the big one. TDM is finally coming to Apex Legends. Ever since we've released Control, we've seen players gravitate towards it for different reasons. Common reason was that players wanted a place to warm up for BR. Lots of players just jumping in to get hands warm and quick aim practice. We're bringing a fast respawn mode into Apex to help service an audience of players who want to jump in fast and get to the meat of Apex gunplay in a more casual way with team deathmatch. Previously, Arenas was Apex's fast mode. Something we've seen and tested over its lifetime was that it's a somewhat daunting mode to approach. Arenas feels high stakes and you need to prepare and get ready for a sweaty match. While Apex is a battle royale focused game which falls under a similar sweaty category, we saw Control provide a place for players to feel comfortable making mistakes, dying fast, and enjoying Apex in a much more relaxed way. One of TDM's goals is to provide a low stakes environment where you can experience a fast-paced version of Apex combat. We're looking to highlight Apex gunplay and skirmishes while removing some tension of having a single life. Here's a quick breakdown of how the mode works. 6v6 alliances, pick your loadout on spawn, you can swap your loadout or legend while respawning, shields regen automatically. We'll be looking to update this very soon. 30 kills to win a round. First alliance to win 2 rounds wins the match. Swap loadouts in between rounds, collect airdrop mid-round for stronger weapons. We're predicting that a lot of players will use TDM as a place to warm up for Battle Royale, as we've seen people already do with Control. We're aiming to see players have an avenue to practice certain guns they don't normally get much live fire training with. We like newer players to have a place to overcome some of the initial hurdles of approaching Apex's combat. But with that said, we still want TDM to be able to hold its own as a mode. Apex players should be able to play TDM as its own activity and have fun. Result, our TDM format looks a little more robust in terms of rules. Players looking for a place to fine-tune and hone their skills in a more regimented manner can expect some upcoming updates in other areas soon. Consider this as our first drop for TDM. It's been a long time coming for Apex, and there are so many things we can experiment and play around with in this environment. We already have some tweaks and different mode ideas to shake up TDM, and we are looking to keep it fresh for seasons to come. Mixtape. Another sentiment frequently heard from players is that they want certain LTMs to stick around permanently. There has always been a dichotomy between the initial reaction to big modes like Control or Gun Run and how they perform long term. Unsurprisingly, modes, especially brand new ones, see a high spike in play rate on launch and then trend downwards, some much more than others. In particular, we've seen both Control and Gun Run have a really high play share compared to other LTMs and modes we've done in the past. However, they both still suffer from the same drop off. It's important to us that if we decide to keep something around long term, that it's being supported in the right way. The game is changing all the time, so there's a lot of maintenance to things, even if nothing is inherently different about the mode from patch to patch. Updated weapons, legends, and game systems can break things in modes we've done in the past. A recent example is in Winter Express. Newcastle and Catalyst are new to that mode, so there was a decent amount of work to make sure that our abilities function properly on a moving train. Basically, this is a long-winded way to say that if we're deciding to keep something around long term, we want to make sure people are playing and enjoying it, and we can justify resources for it. With that said, we feel confident about Control and Gun Run and are bringing them back as permanently available modes in a rotating playlist of modes we're calling Mixtape, a little nod to Titanfall 2 for those who are a fan of it. It'll work similarly to how maps rotate in Battle Royale. Every 15 minutes, the Mixtape playlist will rotate through a curated list of modes and maps to play. Only TDM will be available during the season's launch for the first 3 weeks, and then Mixtape will launch following that with TDM, Control, and Gun Run in its rotation. Going forward, we haven't established any hard rules for what goes into Mixtape. It's something that we think people will enjoy. We might throw it in there. This could go for any any mode, including past LTMs and modes, assuming it makes sense on our side. Expect us to follow a similar-ish model to this, where we'll spotlight new modes and potentially loop them into mixtape as we can see fit. Hopefully this helps players feel like they have a wide variety of things to play and feel compelled to keep up with these modes long term. This also gives us an avenue to debut new things and decide what's the best way to support them going forward. With all that said, we're still working on a bunch of LTMs. Some of these are aimed at Battle Royale and some aimed at TDM variants, any of which we might loop into mixtape if we think it's worth it. Stay tuned because this is just the start for what's to come. The Nemesis. Meet the Nemesis, a new energy class assault rifle that fires 4 rounds per burst with a ramping burst delay that decreases the time between bursts and simulates a fully automatic weapon. The Nemesis is guaranteed to ruin the day of at least one legend next match. Orientation matches. New to the Outlands, try to the new orientation match system, meant to create an easy introduction where new players can get their bearings and learn the core mechanics of Apex Legends. Play solo or bring your friends to take out some bots before joining the regular matchmaking queue. Every legend was level 1 once. Drop in and start learning to be legendary. We'll have even more talk about in the future and are excited for players to get to play with the Nemesis, Team Deathmatch, and more when Revelry launches on February 14th. That is a lot of changes, man. I'm so happy that they're actually changing the game drastically. Like, it needed this for sure, just to feel fresh. You know, not only do we have to worry, like I said, about ultimates, you know, abilities, the tactical abilities and the passives, but now we have to worry about the Legends classes. So that's going to be a thing to learn. Recon is no longer technically a scan beacon. Now it's completely different. Controller thing now, what Recon used to be. They definitely changed. Man, Caustic, there's going to be so many Caustics. I'm excited for this because the formula has always been new legend. This time around, they're actually doing a good job, but it's too early to say that. Good job on the change, though. It's gonna be like season 23. I'm gonna be saying, when are you gonna fix the audio? I'm gonna be an old man. When are you fixing the audio?